Great. Boys State has been running for about 2 days now. What are some things you've observed?
Well, I have observed a lot of things, of course. One of the things, we have a lot more staters here this year than we've had for several years. This is my 10th year with Boys State, so I see probably more comparisons than I do changes, but I've seen some real refreshing changes too.
That's good. What are your hopes for this year?
Well, my hopes for this year, quite frankly, are the same as every year we come. I always look forward to seeing the young men come in and essentially come in as boys, and then when they leave, they're young men already. And even in 2 days, I've seen such camaraderie built, a lot of confidence built in many areas. The media being one of them, you get a chance to practice your skills and refine your skills. You get to do that in the county commission and the city commission. Even the district judges have had some interesting exercises already.
What is some advice you might give to this year's staters?
Well, I think the best advice is to keep plugging away and keep trying your best to find innovative solutions to the problems that you have, the simulations that you have. This is one of the best Boys States in the nation, and the simulation program they have is just phenomenal. And there's so much to learn. So if you move ahead, not afraid to be afraid to make mistakes, and to keep your feet moving, you're going to learn a lot here.
Okay. And you served in the military, of course. He is a veteran. How many years did you serve in the military?
I have 28 years of service.
And why would you recommend the Corps that you did serve in?
Why would I recommend the Corps? Like I was in the Army?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I think I went in the Army because that's really where the action is.
All right.
There was a little more action than I signed up for, but it was it's kind of where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. And you have to be prepared to be in combat and be prepared for combat. And I think that's kind of an exciting venture for a young person.
Of course, yeah. Do you have a favorite memory?
Maybe the day I retired. Memory of serving in the Army? Oh boy, that's a difficult question. There's so many of them. I've had several overseas assignments, and I suppose those are I don't know if you'd call it a favorite memory or not, but when you land in Thomson in a war zone, that's pretty memorable. I don't say it's a favorite memory, I don't know. Perhaps my favorite memory is when my first child was born overseas, in a hospital in Germany. So that was pretty exciting for a young man and a young woman.
Yeah. That's great. Any parting thoughts?
For this interview, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for including me. It's just a week of the year that I always look forward to. It's exciting in many ways, and so far this year has not been a disappointment at all. I don't know if the staters are coming in smarter than they used to be, whether their parents have done better jobs than some parents in the past, but we found the boys to be very courteous, very attentive, and willing to work, and that gives me a lot of pleasure.
Okay, well, thank you, Don, for speaking with me today.
Okay. Thank you.
This has been KSBS.